Hello YouTube fans, people that may watch Joe's Politics 101. This is another edition of Joe's Politics 101. Today's post is going to be on the presidential debate. It's taken me a couple of days to try and put it all in perspective. You know, I've watched all the Obama supporters and the news media pundits make their statements. Some of my favorites, Ed Schultz and Chris Matthews and a few of the other news hosts, downright incensed. I mean, really seem to be upset. Well, I expect that out of old Big Ed, but Chris, he kind of plays the hardball deal too. But you know, sometimes you have to step back and take a good look at what might be going on. You never know what's happening with a person. It took me a couple of days, and I had to go back and look at the debate and try to come up with something that would sort of fit the moment. You know, I'm not a professional political analyst, or you know, I'm not. In other words, I'm just not an real important individual to be making comments on this subject. But having said that, I watched that debate, and it kind of pushed me back in time a little bit, you know, and maybe it's for something current now, because you know, sometimes I tell my children, you know, it's better to listen and learn than to get into an argument or a shouting match with someone that you're not going to be able to deal with. The debate, the presidential debate, to me really wasn't a debate. Maybe my definition and idea of what a debate should be is different than what most people see in this particular debate. You know, I mean, a free form or a rigid, you know, method of doing the debate. And no matter what the form is, the question is, when you debate somebody, basically what happens is you speak, and then you let the person you're debating speak without interruption, you know, and you respond without any interruption, and you go back and forth like that in debates. Okay? Well, basically what I saw on that night was I saw a man in Mitt Romney, a person in Mitt Romney, that walked onto that stage with the intent and planned idea that, you know, I'm going to run this show. Nobody's going to tell me what to do or what to say or when to stop or how to respond or anything, you know. And I can understand, you know, that wanting to have that control and that power that makes you feel real good, you know. But what Mitt Romney did was what Republicans do, period. You can see it all the time, you know, if you watch any of the news shows that where a Republican may appear on some of the more sensible. I'm not speaking about Fox News. I don't take Fox News in as a place to go and get, even though I do watch it on occasions, because I want to, you know, see the comparisons and the differences and see how how these people are trying to spin things, you know. So I do watch Fox on occasionally, but I don't recommend Fox to get any of the valuable sound political information from any of those people on that show. John Hannity, Bill O'Reilly, you know, that little threesome in the morning time, little Up with Fox or whatever that is. It don't just seem to be right. But what I seen Mitt Romney doing when he came on that stage was doing what Republicans always do when they're interviewed about something that involves politics or policy or a bill or something that's being posted up. They talk. They over-talk, you know, and they don't listen to anything. Nothing goes in their ears to their brain that they can conceivably, you know, turn into something positive. So they just run their mouth. They just stick to the talking points that they have about their candidate or about the subject that's being talked about. They're not willing to accept anything that might have been right. You know, and I mean, it's clear that Mitt Romney did what he did. He did what he did, and because of that, he has considered himself to be the winner of the first presidential debate for this election cycle. You know, I've been watching this campaign long before President Obama was involved in it. I've been watching it since the Republican primaries and all. And, you know, I heard things that Mitt Romney said before. A lot of it I have taped and I'm rewatching now. I've heard him say things, talk about things, and that particular night, those things that he had said in the past just went out the window. All of a sudden he's somebody I can relate to, he believes, because he has changed his position on his tax plan, on his foreign policy plan, his domestics. I mean, he's changed his policy on everything that, you know, he had opposed or were willing not to deal with during the Republican primaries. Now, the thing that I feel like, this is how I feel. President Obama, once he saw what Mitt Romney was trying to do, he started to make a couple of statements, and Mitt Romney steady interrupted him. I think basically what President Obama said, you know what, it's probably best that I respond to what needs to be responded to and listen to this person and learn. I'm pretty sure he's heard that in his lifetime. Talk less, listen more. And I think he resolved himself to that. I think he resolved himself to listen to this man rather than get in a shouting match with an idiot. I mean, my parents and my dad always told me, you know, when you bump into an idiot, don't argue with him. You know, walk away or ignore it. And the reason for that is, from my standpoint, is a rambling, ignorant person can always get under your skin, period. And I think President Obama understands that, knew that, and decided that he wasn't going to be in a shouting match with an idiot to look like an idiot himself. Why get into some unnecessary argument that's going to go from, you know, it's a no-win situation. It's a no-win situation. It was a no-win situation for Mitt Romney in that debate, even though, you know, everybody thinks he did good by coming out there, just taking over and just rolling over the Jim Lehrer, the moderator, and just outright just putting all sorts of information out there, making all kind of accusations without any proof of it, you know. But you know, that's how it rolled that night. That's how it went. That's exactly how it went. I've said it before in other YouTube posts that I've made. Mitt Romney's an idiot. He's an idiot, and to me, he showed that. You know, a debate is between two people, not one. When you have one person dominating the whole conversation, that is not a debate. When you can't get a word in sideways, when you can't explain your positions because the other person is steady interrupting you and not allowing you to answer your question, he has to respond to everything you say in a negative manner rather than to discuss it and break it down. You know, it's not a debate. It's just a bunch of, Mitt Romney put out a bunch of talking points. He overshadowed the whole program with talking points. 90 minutes of BS is what Mitt Romney did. Now, you can say Mitt Romney won the debate. President Obama says he didn't do it. He didn't perform in that debate. I say he didn't perform in that debate. You know, I wasn't happy because I felt like he could have countered with a bunch of that stuff. But I knew, just as he probably knew, that once he made a statement to Mitt Romney about all of this, then it wasn't going to be anything but a bunch of yakety BS coming out of Mitt Romney's mouth. So the best policy is to look, listen, learn, and use this on a later date. Use it in your campaign ads. Use it on your stump. Use it against him as you go along. You know, he blatantly lied about his tax thing. He blatantly lied about his medical deal, his health care plan. He blatantly lied. You know, a lot of people don't want to call people a lie, but I see a lie, I call it a lie, because a lie is a lie, is a lie is what it is. You know, now I'm gonna say this, and I've said it before, and I'll probably keep saying it. The only reason Mitt Romney wants to be the President of the United States is for his own personal benefit, whether it be for his religion, or whether it be for his father, whether it be for to add to his list of accomplishments. That is the only reason Mitt Romney will be president. And like I've heard so many times, he will say and do anything to reach that goal. You know, the only problem with that is this is not a business venture he's embarking upon. This is the country, our country, the United States of America. It's a big business. It's a huge business, but you can't run it like you run a business. You know, if Mitt Romney thinks that he can walk up on a foreign leader with that kind of attitude and that kind of bullshit, then it's not gonna work. You don't be rude to people. You don't treat people like they beneath you. You know, and that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to make our president of the United States seem as if he's beneath anybody else. He talks about leadership. Okay, leadership. We have a leader. He's just leading different than what Mitt Romney would lead. You know, you can't go around grabbing people by their neck and shaking them, talking about, you're going to do what I'm going to do. The United States of America has always been a powerful country. You know, we didn't involve ourselves in wars until they came to us. Yeah, now it seems like we're involving ourselves in wars because we go find them and develop them and make them. You know, we don't need any more wars, and that's where Mitt Romney's mind is headed, to some war, because he keeps talking about leading from the front. When you lead from the front, that means you're going to invade something, destroy something, or put something in the way of something that's not supposed to be there. You know, the United States government spends a lot of money in these countries. Egypt, Lebanon, Saudi Arabia, Afghanistan, Iraq, Israel, Palestine, Africa, Europe. We spend a lot of money buying our friendship, making treaties with people to pay them X number of dollars to do this, to do that, to do this, to do that. I see our President Barack Obama pulling away from that crap. We need our money domestically. We need it here. We don't need it going out to all of these different countries because we want to influence them in what they do. Let them develop their own damn nation, and we sit back and protect our nation. If we keep doing what we're doing, and I think that's going to happen this guy happened to be elected, which I don't believe he's going to be, because money can't buy this and lies won't win it. So Mitt Romney's advocacy of lead from the front is meaning to lead to a war. You know, Israel is a sovereign country, you know, and it bases everything it needs on focus on the United States to do this, to do that, to do whatever, to whatever. If Benjamin Netanyahu wants to go and bomb Iran, let him take his ass over there and bomb them. That's his business. You know, if he's got that much nerve to go ahead and do that and create a conflict over there in the middle of that, then let him go ahead and do it. He's trying to force our country into supporting him on that issue, when he's been told numbers and numbers and numbers of times that, hey, let's work with the sanctions, let's put pressure on, put pressure on, put pressure on these people. They may stop it. Now if they don't, there are other options still there, you know. And during this election season, I've seen him ratchet it up a little bit, trying to impose that upon him. Mitt Romney's not going to do any more for the Jewish people than any of the other United States presidents have ever done. He's not. I don't give a damn how you cut it. He's not going to do any more for the Jewish people in Israel than any other president has ever done. You know, those who have tried to work with it, work with that situation over there, have always came up with something that one side or the other rejects. You know, if Benjamin Netanyahu wants peace, then he should get with them Palestinians and do what the hell they supposed to do. Quit trying to eat up the damn land or whatever it is they fighting about. You know, do what they got to do, get themselves together and solve the problem. They need to solve the problem, not the damn United States. We're not the world's police, and I keep trying to get this point out to people that I talk to. We are not the people who's supposed to go around policing every damn thing. Now, if we can help you become a democracy, that's fine. If you can't, then that's fine. They want to blame all of this crap about in Libya on President Obama and his security, his foreign affairs policy. You know what? You don't know today, Mitt Romney don't know right now today, that when he go home